Brody Brodingers, how's it going? Ash here. Welcome back to Blance Blintz. Splash Gents Scents.
What?
What is the #1 problem, the most complained about point when it comes to fresh, clean spring, summertime fragrances? Of course, it's the longevity, which you and I, we got no problems with that. What?
You really think you can go all day long?
Longevity. Yeah, that is a common complaint, and it makes sense when you're talking about stuff that oftentimes is like citrus with some little fresh woods and maybe a little aquatic note here and there. I want to share with you guys some fragrances that are fresh, clean spring, summer fragrances that actually last. You can have your cake and eat it too. All of these are going to be linked in the description, and I'm also going to do a little giveaway. I'm going to take something like this and put it in a box, and then it will get you magic. I'm gonna kick it off with this. This is a new one from Malul. It is Ocean Noir Parfum. Also, look at that, a new presentation style. By the way, my new fragrances are also gonna be in this presentation style. So this is the new bottle style that they'll be in. Which, in case you're unaware of what I'm talking about, I have creatively directed 2 new fragrances that are coming out very, very, very soon. Like maybe already out soon. Yeah, pretty soon. And also some of my fragrances that are in the old presentation are moving to this new one. So for example, South Slope, West Loop, these are 2 of the best sellers. These are going into this new style bottle right here. Edgewater Jet Black Enigma, and also Terra Nova though. Ooh, they're going away, / already have. It's messed up, it's messed up. But I'm gonna have more information on those. The new ones are called Arashi Reef and French Quarter, so be on the lookout for those. But this one right here, Ocean Noir Parfum. So Ocean Noir, the original, which now looks like this right here, is Malul's bestseller. It's an aquatic fragrance, obviously, but it's supposed to be a little bit of a deeper one, like a salty, but also fruity, fresh, aquatic scent profile. And the Parfum version here basically takes this and just ramps it up to 11. So Ocean Noir, this one, the original, it's good as far as performance goes, but it's not really beastly. When you spray it side by side with the Parfum, that one pretty much gets swallowed up. So on the whole, for me, Ocean Noir Parfum kind of makes Ocean Noir obsolete to an extent, because this one just performs better. It smells richer, but it keeps the same scent profile overall intact. And Ocean Noir has always been kind of like an if you know, you know type fragrance. Like a lot of people will swear by it, say it's one of, if not the best blue fragrances out there, which I'm not gonna go that far, but like it's got a cult following. And I think Ocean Noir Parfum is just basically an improvement across the board in every which way. And when I was checking the pricing on it, it's like $10 difference, at least as far as what the retail is. So at that point, it's like, sorry, bud, you know, this one is just better. So Ocean Noir Parfum, if you're a fan of the original Ocean Noir, you gotta check this stuff out. Lasts longer, projects better. And if you're just looking for a new blue fragrance in general, man, this stuff is a big attention grabber, both of them. And the same as my fragrances, actually. If you have a Perfumania or a fragrance outlet nearby, you can just go in and they should have it there and you can spray it on and stuff. Check it out. Check it out, bro. There's a lot of stuff down here. I'm not sure which one to go with next. Let's go with the new one. This is Gentleman Society Sport. Now listen up, bros. This is not gonna be for everybody, okay? Especially, I would say, younger guys, probably not gonna gravitate towards this one all that much. And that's because it has a little bit of this like classic throwback men's cologne style to it. Citrusy and woodsy. It's not really very close to Gentleman Society at all, for me anyway. It's just very clean, refreshing, brisk. Like I said, a little bit of a throwback style to it. Ultra versatile and surprisingly long lasting. Yeah, a lot of times with summertime flankers, and I've got another one coming up here or there that actually lasts, but a lot of summertime flankers, they end up being write-offs in a way. What I mean by that is, over the years, there have been so many countless summer specials, limited editions, where you can tell that they approached it with a limited edition mindset, right? So they were going, look, we're not gonna put out our A game here because it's limited. So we're gonna hit it with that, we're barely trying aesthetic and see if we can do a quick little pump and dump. Which, to be fair, like pump and dumps still happen, like everywhere. Clone fragrances, you'll see that, you know, where it's like hype, 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 and try to get pre-sales. To me, that's always suspect. When a brand tries to run pre-sales for a long time before they actually start shipping, that's usually suspect. Because the whole idea is if we can get all these people to buy it pre-sale, they're not gonna realize that it's not worth buying pre-sale until they've already bought it. And then once the word gets out, it's too late, sucker, you already bought it pre-sale. Oh, gotcha. Ah. At least that's how I imagine that's how they do it, pretty sure. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. A lot of summertime fragrances, they're limited and they don't put in much effort. This one, thankfully, they did. Like I said, the performance is there, the projection is nice, the longevity is nice. It's just something that is going to appeal most likely more to somebody at least like mid-20s and up. Mykonos, Reflection up next. And look at that. It's named Reflection. It's in an all silver bottle. Of course, the fragrance has to be Amouage Reflection Man. Except it's not at all.
You blew it!
And while this fragrance does have a ton of citrus in there, especially off the top, it lasts. Yeah, a lot of times citrus fragrances, you know, they peter out. Gone like a fart in the wind. Very philosophical. This one though lingers for quite a long time. It smells similar to Symphony by Louis Vuitton. Of course it smells like Louis Vuitton. Everything smells like Louis Vuitton nowadays. Literally everything. I think this one was about 25 bones from JOMA Shop, so price-wise, really affordable. It is, of course, a massive fingerprint magnet since it has this mirrored finish to it. But in terms of quality, very, very nice, and it is an extrait de parfum. It looks so small. Like a baby. Let's go with this up next because it kind of matches, you know, the whole aesthetic. Myslf L'Absolu. Myslf L'Absolu, a monster scent as far as versatility, complement factor, all that stuff. It's extremely popular. Takes that Myself DNA that the Eau de Parfum set out and gives it a nice zingy pop off the top. You've got citrus in there, ginger as well. Of course, it has that orange blossom that's gonna be very clean laundry-esque. Extremely fresh, a bit of a woodiness as it dries down. You can wear this stuff year round. And as far as fresh fragrances go, this one lingers, it lasts, and it gets people noticed, which is pretty good. Unless you hate being noticed and then like throw that in the trash, dog. Set it on fire. Yeah. The Elixir. This is Eros. So this one finally available at JMA Shop, JMA Flop. 45 bones, that is the price for this, 100 ml size. Presentation, nice, good, thick, solid, tight. It's like from the MMA forums from many years ago. Mixed martial arts, bros, mixed martial arts. Atomizer, pretty good. Scent profile, pretty good. Smells similar to Superleggera, which is translated as super light, which is the opposite of what we're talking about today. Yeah, Chanel Allure Homme Sport Superleggera, which was discontinued, and then it was brought back. And actually that was a summertime limited edition fragrance. So, yeah, talked about that already. But Superleggera apparently popular enough for them to bring it back. This one right here basically takes that Superleggera idea and gives it a little extra boost-a-rooney. In terms of the scent profile itself, it is not that complex. It's basically like, here's some nice citrus, doesn't that smell good? Here's some fresh woods, doesn't that smell good? Nice, have a good day. But what that does do is it gives the fragrance, just like the original, fantastic usability. You can rock this bad boy all summer long, and it doesn't really matter where you are, where you're going, what you're doing. People are gonna like it. So if you would like a little extra boost, like I said, you can get this. Although it isn't eau de parfum, it should be an extrait de parfum, or an elixir de parfum, or an Elixir Absolu extrait de parfum. People would really like that. You know what is an elixir? This, Gucci Guilty Elixir. And earlier we talked about the reflection over here that does not smell like reflection. Well, this is an elixir that does smell like reflection, if it were mixed with Pegasus. Yeah, Gucci Guilty Elixir kind of smells like that, taking Amouage Reflection Man and mixing it with PDM's Pegasus. Whew. Now listen, this one is almost apocalyptically strong, okay? It is an elixir that performs like an elixir. Even the fragrance on the inside there is kind of tinted a little bit darker than that green that the glass is. And so it gives it this like faint whiskey-ish glow, if it were watered down whiskey. Now this does have orange blossom, just like Myslf over here does, but past that, it's a pretty different structure. It has iris, it has ambrific, so an amber woodiness, and vanilla. A good dose of vanilla. And when it comes to fresh fragrances. This is not going to be the same type of fresh as this, or this, or this, or this, or this. This is definitely heavier. And so if it's middle of summer, you probably want to lean towards more evening use. Springtime, I think you're fine. Daytime or evening, that'll work nice. Just be aware, middle of summer, really hot, you spray this on heavy, ooh, that could be a weird kind of time. People around you just dropping back in noms, everyone around me. Where are they? In the trees, spraying fragrances. Huh? Yeah, middle of summer, dial those sprays down. Outside of that, good to go. All right, we got a powerful scent up next. It gets completely and totally overlooked, like to the max. Like nobody cares about this stuff. But if you're looking for longevity, you're looking for performance in a fresh fragrance, it'll do that for you. And it comes in a blue bottle. Of course it does. But you know what time it is, guys. Before that, codes. Yes, that's right. These are also in the description. You can go down there at any point and copy paste those codes, or you can see them upon your screen now. So we're talking codes for JOMASHOP, Fragflex, the Perfume Box, Beauty House, and many more. Anytime you shop at those stores, use those codes, brother. All right, check this out. It's a Club de Nuit that's not a Club de Nuit. Armoff on occasion, they get a wild hair and they decide to do new things. One way to put it, right? So this is Private Key to My Life, Extrait de Parfum, Club de Nuit, but not Club de Nuit, as you can tell by the bottle being different. So they launched 4 of these at the same time. They were all different Private Key to My fill in the blank. As I said, this one is Life. They do have a magnetic cap, so that's nice. But when they first launched, they were pricey compared to pretty much everything else that Armoff has done. Now, since they've come out, they have gone down in price at discounters, so you can find them for a more affordable price point nowadays. But it was kind of a little bit confusing because, like I said, it says Club de Nuit. You can see it right there, Club de Nuit, also on the back, Club de Nuit. But then obviously it's a different bottle style, it's a different naming convention, and I think a lot of people were just like, what exactly is this? You know, you threw Club de Nuit on there most likely to try to move more bottles, because if you just came out with it and it didn't say Club de Nuit, it was just Private Key, then people would go, oh, that's pretty expensive for an Armoff, no thanks. But you throw Club de Nuit on there, maybe it gets more people interested. And listen, the note breakdown on this one is busy. Very, very busy. And I'm not at all a fan of the 3-note note breakdown. You know that, everybody watching this knows that, but this one is on the other extreme. It has something like 10 or 11 notes just in the top, you know? So it's got like a Raja Parfum style note breakdown. Just throw everything in there, baby. Yeah, we'll teach those MFers what's what. 3 notes, how about 30? Sucker. In terms of how it smells though, really fresh, citrusy, spicy, clean, a bit of a floral aspect in there as well. Kind of like Bulgari Tiger if it had a spritz of Bleu de Chanel in there as well. Or maybe if you like took Bulgari Tiger, made it fizzier and turned it into a blue fragrance and jacked up the performance. That's kind of what it's like. Now it does have a big old dose of pink pepper in there with some black pepper as well alongside that citrus off the top. Again, that's gonna give it that sort of like fizzy, really poppy opening. And nowadays you can scoop this for about 45. So I think that's roughly half what it was when it came out. I think it was around 90. It's been a while since I bought them. Beau Le Parfum, Jean Paul Gaultier. Now this is another one where if we're talking midsummer, super hot, really humid, you want to take those sprays and dial them down. Yeah, further down. Yeah, about right here. Okay? You don't want crazy, crazy sprays. And that's because it is strong, it projects, it lasts, it has a creamy sweetness to it. It's got coconut in there, a good amount of it. It's also got, you know, iris, it's got a nice tropical sweetness. And it's just one of those ones where it is, you know, a meeting of fresh and sweet, but if it's really crazy hot and you go heavy on the trigger, it's gonna lean more sweet than it is fresh. That being said, summertime evenings, crushes, spring, day or night, crushes. You can also wear it fall and winter as well. One of my more complimented fragrances in my entire collection. Legacy, Maison Asrar. This one got a bit of hype when it first came out. This one smells similar to Blue Talisman, which is obviously much more expensive than Legacy. Orange Blossom, making yet another appearance. There's also pear in here off the top. Ginger, bergamot, jasmine, musk, and woods as well, some of the other notes in there. The performance performance for a fresh type of scent is pretty nuts on this one. As far as longevity goes, it will stick around 12 plus hours for most people, and that's off skin. If you wanna blast it on your clothes, you know, especially if you go heavy, it's gonna be there for, I don't know, weeks, assuming you don't wash them. If you wash them, which you probably should, you know, it's not gonna last that long. For the price point, an absolute steal. This stuff crushes in spring, summer, fall, and winter. Ah, Eros Flame. Can't go wrong with Eros Flame. It's got that Eros performance. I prefer in summer to rock with Flame over the original EDT, EDP, or Parfum because this one does not have quite the same dose of vanilla as being like the concentrated focus point of the scent. It's also got Kinoto in there. It's got a nice little bit of citrus off the top. So you're gonna get a nice freshness, a little bit of an aromatic zing when you first spray it on. Totally overlooked by your average bro because this one does not sell anywhere near, not close to Eros Eau de Toilette or Eau de Parfum. Those absolutely crush this one, just as far as that goes. So it's gonna give you a similar scent profile in ways, but it is a little more unique. Got a couple more real quick, and we'll do that giveaway. Soprano. This one is Tony. There's also AJ, but that one is not really very good. There's Carmela, but that one's like, that's more of a feminine fragrance. No, this is Soprano Ice. So this one is by Dumont, and it has a blue bottle. So that's that means it's fresh. So that's that one. So this one came out and didn't really take off in a huge way, but it is a really well done fragrance. It's kind of white elixir style, but it has a twist. Like there's a touch of smoke in here, or technically, you know, incense, one of the notes, but it gives it a little smoky touch. You also have ginger, citrus, lavender, apple. Like I said, lasts a very long time, similar to Y Elixir. And when Y Elixir first came out, I definitely thought that it was overpriced and still kind of do think that it's overpriced. But I will say that ladies in general love the stuff. My wife loves the stuff. And so if you're somebody who does like Y Elixir, but you kind of shudder at paying the full price for that, you can get something like this, rock with that, and have a very similar kind of scent profile for a lot less. Final fragrance, Dior Homme Sport. Good old Dior Homme Sport. Basically smells like taking Dior Homme 2020 and giving it a fresh coat of paint. A little more citrus in there, but still has that clean woodiness. Maybe not quite as wood forward as Dior Homme 2020. This one does not come across like a gym fragrance. It comes across like an anytime fragrance. Spring, summer, the stuff is perfection. Though do keep in mind, it is not really sweet. So a lot of these other ones do have a good amount of sweetness. That one does not really. So that's gonna be more for guys looking for something that's classy but fresh at the same time. Giveaway, Invictus Aqua, that is a 100 ml bottle, and Esquire, this is Michael Malul Discovery Set. So it has new journalist, American novelist, modern poet, and editor-in-chief. 4 10 mils in there. I have not opened it, so you know, hopefully it's all good in there. I don't know. So 5 fragrances, but 4 of them in baby size. If you want to be entered in the giveaway, all you have to do is leave a comment down below. That's your entry. And just tell me in the comment your go-to long-lasting fresh fragrance. Like, what is that for you? I'll pick a winner with random comment picker, post it up on the post tab of the YouTube channel with other winners. If you are the winner, hit me up and I'll ship these out to you. Good luck. All right, guys, that'll do it for me. Thank you for hanging with me here until the end. Stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.